Hey everybody, this is Tino from Sunova.
Jim Terrell from QuickBlade Paddles.
Yeah, and we're here in Japan at the Interstyle, and we'd like to explain to you the latest tech and the latest project. All right. So how about we start a bit of an introduction? Well, so as Sunova, we're obviously always concentrating on getting the best products out and the best boards, and for us, for sure, making the race boards, the paddle boards. The paddles obviously is a key factor, and we don't want to say that we make the best paddles or we could ever make them. That's obviously somebody else's job, and since we've started this game, we really always loved what Jim was doing, and so it was always a dream of mine personally, and also from the company, to work something out together. And I think we found a really awesome way to make that happen.
Exactly.
Bring a couple of elements together, and yeah, we want to tell you a bit about it today.
So I founded QuickBlade in 1989. I've been developing paddles for 30 years. And along with designing the paddles, I love experimenting with different materials. I'm working with Sunova and Tino with the materials that Sunova uses in their boards. It seemed like the perfect collaboration project. And the other really cool thing is we share a lot of the same team riders. It turns out that many of my QuickBlade team riders ended up on the Sunova race team, between Kelly Margetts from Australia, Taku and his son Shuri here from Japan, and now Tareen Black, I think, is also a Sunova team rider. So it was a really good project for me to keep my riders, one way or another, they're going to be using a QuickBlade paddle, whether it's the collab paddle with Sunova or a QuickBlade paddle that I make exclusively. But the really cool thing is we're going to incorporate the same materials that go into these awesome boards into the paddle, as well as the travel configuration. I was really blown away by the travel paddle that Sunova came out with Tino's help in developing, obviously. And it's a real hassle to travel around with your paddle these days. So we made this really cool three-piece travel paddle. This one has vector net on the backside, you see, which is common in a lot of my QuickBlade models. But it has the balsa wood core, the Sunova signature core. And you can see it's really cool logo here that says made with Sunova Waist. So actually Tino sent me a packet of biaxial carbon fiber, as well as some unidirectional strips and some materials that were too small to put into the boards. We packed up a little package, sent it to me in California, and I actually hand laminated this blade and the one you see behind me to show at the show and see how the reaction's been. It's been a really cool reaction here at the show. So it's going to be a really fun collaboration project. But I'll show you how this travel paddle works. The blade has a 45-degree cut, which is kind of our signature way that we connect the blade with the shaft. This is a really nice fit. There's a simple little spring button that engages on two sides here, this little gray button that's domed on the top, so it's not sharp, it's not heavy, it's a nice light, secure fit. And then the shaft is what we call a telescoping configuration. It just extends outward. And this is a single three-piece, like a fixed length configuration that you can buy at custom lengths. It's sizable by about 25 centimeters or 9 inches on the top end, where you can cut it to your length. And we also make, in the background behind me, is an adjustable version of the same paddle. So you can have a travel paddle that breaks down into smaller than a meter, actually about 90 centimeter length, and you can pack it in with your board or throw it in your roll-on, and that's really easy to travel with. And super light. So we plan to produce the blades and either full one-piece construction or this really cool travel paddle configuration. So just like QuickBlade, we offer fixed length, adjustable fixed lengths, and travel paddles that are three-piece telescoping travel paddles, as well as what ends up being a four-piece adjustable travel paddle.
Yeah. So obviously, one of the main things we started to do the two-piece was that we were always pissed at people going on the podiums with the paddles. So
I didn't mind it.
Yeah, of course you didn't. But yeah, that was actually one of the main reasons. Traveling was like a side part of that. That was great. But so yeah, we've actually had a couple of podiums. That was nice. And now we're really stoked that our riders have the paddle and the board on the podium. So hey, that's the best thing. Well, going back to the a bit more to the material, I think what's really important for us, I mean, at the factory, yeah, I mean, everything we work with is the balsa wood, and like a lot of material in there when you look at the boards, I mean, they're like, the way they're shaped, there's a lot of material that's kind of almost like exactly a paddle that gets cut off, including the fiberglass, the carbon, all the carbon on the rail of our boards can be reused in certain areas, but not for boards. So, and also, when you look at the balsa, all the balsa in our boards are just simple panels. They're just like a meter by 10 centimeter, and they do get cut off, and then they're too small to use, but they're perfect for a paddle. And this is exactly, you know, what we wanted to achieve. We wanted to achieve a paddle that looks as unique and as beautiful as our boards. At the same time, has you know, some, obviously the most important thing is the performance, because the balsa coil has this unique strength and flex, because the direction is exactly in the right way. I mean, we don't need strength this way, we need strength the length way. Yeah, and that's what we came up with, and I'm absolutely proud. And yeah, let's see how the people like it.
That's right.
Perfect. So, yeah.
Yes, it's gonna be a really fun project to work together, and I'm excited about it.
All right. See you all on the water.